Political stakeholders, including the Senate President Ahmad Lawan and Speaker House of the Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila, have harped on the need to focus on issue-based campaigns ahead of the 2023 general elections. The duo made the call at an event organized by the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies in collaboration with the Kuka Center. The theme of the event is High-Level Forum on Political Communication and Issue-Based Campaign in the 2023 general elections. Declaring the forum open, the Senate President said the dialogue was not just fitting and proper but also apt considering the kick-off of campaigns soon ahead of the 2023 elections.
I wish to passionately implore all stakeholders here to be conscious of their messaging and focus on issue-based campaign that shun violence and hate speech. Many have pointed out the extreme and prejudicial dimensions that political conversations have assumed in the last few weeks. Rather than emphasize discussion on policy positions to address many of the social and economic challenges we face, we are engaged in frivolous, illogical, and sensational exchanges. It is easy to dwell on trivialities and engage in a shouting contest. What should occupy our minds and discussions in the coming weeks and months include tackling insecurity and building on the gains made by the present administration of President Muhammad Buhari in this regard.
In his remarks, Gbajabiamila said political campaigning formed an essential element in democratic practices and was crucial for executing political strategies. He urged the Independent National Electoral Commission to uphold and strictly implement the provisions of the Act and the regulations and guidelines.
In a few days, political campaigns will officially commence across the country. Candidates for state and federal offices will launch their campaigns, present their manifestos, and try to convince the electorate to vote and vote for them. At its best, this season of politicking offers an opportunity to have frank dialogues about how things are, how they ought to be, and how best to achieve our best aspirations for our country. Now, this is an opportunity to interrogate the scorecard of incumbents and assess the history, capacity, prior performance, and records of candidates. Now, the Electoral Act of 2022 includes provisions designed to prevent language and communication that dehumanizes others and strategies and tactics that exploit the fault lines of religion and tribe in our country. Section 92 of the Act states, and very boldly too, that a political campaign or slogan shall not be tainted with abusive language directly or indirectly, likely to injure religious, ethnic, tribal, or sectional feelings. Now, subsection 2 of the same section further prohibits the use of intemperate, slanderous, or base language, insinuations, or innuendos designed or likely to provoke violent reactions or emotions. We will empower the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, with the resources to enforce these laws wholly and without favor. In addition, we are working very hard in the National Assembly to pass the law establishing the Electoral Offences Commission. We will see that those who seek to endanger our hard-won democracy by violating our nation's electoral laws receive the full measure of justice.
In his welcome address, the Director General of NILDS, Professor Abubakar Suleiman, said the forum was born out of the conviction that better communication and negotiation could create harmony and more desirable outcomes in politics.
Political campaigning is an indispensable tool in the content of the electoral process in any democratic government. This is primarily because they create a platform and an opportunity for political actors to reach out to the electorate and share their ideological and other policy positions. They also shape citizen electoral choices and strengthen democracy by promoting accountability to the Nigerian electorate. Despite these advantages, it is well known that campaign can undermine democracy, particularly when they induce cynicism among the populace, undermine trust in governments, decrease turnout, and frustrate genuine attempts to engage the citizenry. Critics have raised significant concerns about recent development in political communication, particularly because negative and personality-based ones are increasingly replacing informative, policy-focused campaigns. The lack of substance in political debates means that voters are often confused and unable to make well-informed decisions. Some studies have shown that negative political communication and campaign push people to stay away from politics altogether. It is self-evident that the build-up to year 2023 general elections raises genuine concerns about the pattern of political communication among political actors, their publicity agents, and other related stakeholders, especially those actively engaged in media and communication.